being sent to a third party.
I don't. You know what's weird?
No.
I do not remember.
Wait, where are we again?
I don't remember
Beach.
doing the closing stuff
Oh.
last time because, like, I don't
You
even
are-
remember
You
assessing whether I
are,
did these questions.
you'll be showing up at one of the other locations because you weren't at the Young Jolly Junk and
Beach party.
being escorted away.
All right. I'm a horrible goose, and we're at the beach.
I'm gonna deliver a monologue and be vulnerable with somebody.
Undermine superiors.
Yeah.
By our powers
Yeah.
combined.
I'm gonna.
I'm sure we
yeah.
must have done the end of session last time, but I just had
Yeah,
no
we
memory
definitely
of my
did.
no memory of
Who
my
of us
answers
is
to
the
them.
boss?
Oh
the
Jesus,
end of
I'm mauled and
session.
hazy. It's not good.
Mark, your new end of section.
Oh, are we going to do a journey scene?
Probably should because we've all got
Called
conditions.
conditions.
Didn't you
Three
all
of
Mine
us
are all
have
clear
good
conditions
conditions.
via journey scene?
Huh?
Didn't you just clear? Oh, y'all cleared a condition via you journeyed to the beach.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and then we cleared. I think. Yeah, that's why I only have 2 instead of 3.
Yes.
But the good news is that nobody is disappointed, so I can rope
Good,
you all into
good.
doing plays.
Oh no.
Continue to trick us into your productions.
As a matter of
let's see.
fact, who is it over? Somebody. Ren is inspired because of me. Don't
Ooh.
forget you can use that.
Oh, and I'm inspired as well. I didn't realize that was one of my conditions.
Yeah, so yeah.
Let's see. Last
you have a
time.
good
Oh, last
condition to
time.
use
Last
for
time we
this.
got Zeph wandering into the infinite asphalt, and a lightning strike brought him back to
Infinite ass.
Infinite asphalt. Lacken is there. The car was messed up. Bastion told a story about everyone coming together. Got Lacken to fix the car. Used a burst and bump it up. Hugh, Clue, car, Moss. I guess you got a new clue about Moss. Let's see. That would be on the Bowered Companion, probably. Yeah, scattered debris from a vehicle covered in moss and stained metals. You guys found an abandoned house that had claw marks and blood on the inside of the doorway. Fucked up mailbox with the name Ellison Hunter on it, with a little shrine to depression. Batchin found a Wolverine in the upstairs closet, and I think it was Hugh found a jar of teeth in the basement.
Oh, jeez.
That house cracked me up in particular because normally we're all about getting sidetracked by anything and everything. And go. And that was the one time we got sidetracked and then
Let's
just
get
immediately
outta
noped
here.
out. Yeah, we don't need to explain anymore. Let's go.
If you're gonna nope
Sucks.
out anywhere, that's a good place to nope out for sure. Let's see. The roads badly kept, potholes and everything. Oh yeah, you made it to Ulm, this town of Ulm. Badly kept roads. There's a gate over the main road with signs in local dialect. You found one diner, Callie's Home, and I just have a note that says children's book. I think you found a children's book.
Oh yeah, that
was
sounds right.
Yeah. Right, you hung out at the diner for a little bit, and then when you left, you were stopped by the Institute on the way out of town. And
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
they right, yeah. So you did the journey scene, found out about an escaped test subject that was there was a posted flyer warning to be on the alert for a saint in the area that was highly dangerous. And there's been sightings everywhere you've been. Radio reports of damage, some that you did. Push your way to the blockade to the Young Jolly Junk Beach, Blue West Beach. There was some hand-painted signs about Blue West being the country's friendliest beach. Some marked locations where turtles have laid eggs, large dumpsters provided by corporations, all redecorated by the locals, and some new sandgrass dunes planted to prevent erosion. Cletus showed up, said you better go because the Institute was there and they got Young Jolly Junk under control. And our scene at our drone shot at the end was Institute boats feeding chunks of meat to young Jolly Junk to kind of keep it from expanding and expanding and expanding. Wishes have a go at solving the Bowered Companion. Grab a book on the Sleepless Warden. Get that locket, lol. Curious about the young Jolly Junk stuff and more conspiracy stuff. Fashion has that paper angel, and Ben has that pit in a box as well. So y'all wanted to go back to the Sleepless Warden, right? To check out what was going on in Welkin's Vigil.
I think because we're ready to solve that one, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, we have solved it. We just need to do the thing.
Yeah, I think we just jumped up to there after the drone shot from last time. So let me find all my assignments here.
So we have 3 clues unused for that, and it's a difficulty 4 or 6, depending on how we want to solve. No, we chose to do the 6. So,
Oh, so we haven't.
Sounds like us.
so we could go for it and do it
You
at
could
minus
go for it
3.
at a -3, and
I thought
everyone
we
can
had
mark a
some.
verse to bump it up if it doesn't go well.
So we need more clues, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
reviewing the active assignments. We have the Sleepless Warden. The question available is if the warden was wicked accidentally, which you decided it was, what new purpose could it serve? And you resolve that by resolving the assignment by working with the community to integrate the warden into the modern world. So that's you're finding out what new purpose could serve. You have the Bowered Companion. You have 3 clues, like we said. Bowered Companion. The quickest way to retake the trade road is to appease the god. So the question is, what must be sacrificed to do so? And then we can resolve the assignment by finding an appropriate sacrifice to appease the god and potentially resolve it. Those are both.
Okay, and that one we have 6.
Yeah, you got 6 clues on that one. So if you wanted to go back to Alm or the area, you could choose to do that too, or you can go collect more clues at the Sleepless Warden. Which one did you all want to hit first?
Where are we right now?
You will show up at either Welkin's Vigil or Alm, depending on which assignment you want to go to next.
Because I'm just thinking it feels like a journey scene would behoove us
You could do that.
to go somewhere.
Do a big circle around the city.
Oh wow,
We
we can
journey-
also
Our journey is.
What would
our
we journey
destination
in? We
is
got no
also a
car
point of
and
origin.
no boat.
we can consult Mog Squamous once per assignment about black market goods. I don't know how
Oh,
that
yeah.
enters into.
Like a hot air balloon.
Need a plane. How do we get a plane?
You do have your car, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can.
Lacken fixed it
Oh, he fixed
yeah.
it. I forgot about that part.
after Bastion.
Sometimes
you remember
reality
that
rewrites
Lacken knew how to
itself,
do
and
it.
I'm
You're in the
Caught up
wrong
yet.
timeline.
yeah. Sorry, I'm caught up now.
Hard to keep track of.
It is.
And then I'll just say something and change reality.
Okay, good.
What do we think? And you can always go back to the floating market as well.
Yeah, and talk to Mog Squamous.
Yeah.
What do you know about black market?
And you would have to go back
Trucker
there if you
goods.
wanted to use the box, because that's where the box is as well.
Do we want to have a freewheeling discussion about the Bowered Companion? If we have 6 available clues and a difficulty 6 thing.
That sounds like a thing to do.
Yeah.
Unless we can think of a way of pressuring Mog Squamous into giving us a clue based on black market goods.
So the question is, what must be sacrificed to appease the Bowered Companion in order to get the trade road available again?
Oh, am I
Available clues are you
making
entered the
things-
fog briefly and heard screams from the wire saints. You got a paper map of the area, heavily blacked out spirals, scattered debris from a vehicle covered in moss and stinging nettles, a sealed glass a sealed glass jar filled with mysterious liquid and teeth of unclear origin, half buried in the dirt. A vintage children's book titled Old Friend that depicts a tall figure made of twigs and shadow holding a lantern, guiding good children away from danger and naughty children into it. And a truck submerged in the ocean, its Big Bobby logo barely visible.
Am I misremembering, or I can't remember if, like how this fit in? I know at some point I proposed, maybe this is before we had the official discussion, but I know at some point I proposed that what we needed to sacrifice was stuff from like 5 other gods, because he wanted, for some reason, I think some of the clues we determined were like offerings to other gods. And so then we thought, oh, maybe what he wants is for people to, things that would normally they would sacrifice to blah, blah, blah God, give to him, because he's like, aha, it's mine. The other God doesn't get it. So he wants like X number of sacrifices of other gods' sacrifices.
And the Bowered Companion's whole deal is that it's a god of lost people basically, and people weren't getting lost, so it made sure that people got lost. So,
okay.
The way to get it, you're retaking the road by getting it to not make people get lost in the fog, basically. Whatever that takes.
See, that works too, because we can convince it that, like, how about instead of just getting literally lost, that's boring, you can have people get like religiously lost. Lost in their souls and their minds, like, I don't know if I want to follow my God anymore. My faith is shaky. Like, that seems like a more potent lost.
That's so terrifying.
So it sounds like you'd be sacrificing people who were not firm in their convictions.
We made the god worse.
Well, if you want to start trying to fitting clues into that.
6 red herrings.
Yeah, what about those clues make you think that it would want sacrifices of other gods?
Oh man.
This is where I think, like I said, I was thinking from last, I remember thinking that the clues were things that people had sacrificed to other gods. And I think if I remember correctly, we were like, because I remember some part in the discussion trying to tie the things to like, oh, that would be a sacrifice to the god of coffee or whatever. That'd be a sacrifice to the god of, and because I remember, like, I remember Peter coming up. Maybe it was Peter.
Oh wow!
I remember the discussion of like possible all other gods coming up. Like, oh, there could be a god of. Oh, that's where the joke came in. It was during that discussion that you made the joke about the god of improv, and then we decided that's probably just a watcher.
I don't remember any of this.
Wow!
I believe
don't
you.
doubt you, Heath. I just like.
Yeah, I recall us talking about like. I recall us talking about like joking about how all of our previous missions were connected to this one, but
Oh yeah.
I don't remember that being that would not be the first time a joke turned into a real solution in my life. But,
oh yeah, there were like reports of a saint, and then the saint is kind of tracking us.
Oh yeah, that was from your journeys, Eden.
Oh okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a flyer that said that there was Saint being sighted around, and that a lot of the things that it had been blamed for destroying were actually things that y'all did.
And its description was like, oh, it's 4 people in a car. Like, oh, yeah, it's just us.
It has 8 eyes and 16 legs.
What I'm hearing is we're in the clear.
Yeah.
They're not being blamed.
I mean,
good.
Yeah. If like, okay, so this was a god. Sorry, this was the god who used to help people find the way, but people haven't been getting lost.
Yeah, because we got GPS.
what is the old friend? That's the vintage children's book.
That's the
Is
children's
that a
book.
depiction of,
Very likely, or some aspect of it.
or yeah? So that was when it was leading children to good morals.
Mhm.
Leading morally good children away from danger, it looks like.
Yeah. Um,
And I could see this god deciding we are all children.
To a god. We certainly are. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Ren ran into that roadside shrine in the fog the time before last. It was one of the last adherents.
I don't
to
know
the
Ren
Boundary
runs, but yeah, I went to
Sauntered.
Encountered.
shuffled.
Drifted. I don't know why these clues are resisting my brain right now.
We can always get more clues and try and
Yeah, let's get
piece.
1,000 clues.
well, yeah. I mean, we could lead the Ballard companion back, just like Keith was saying, I think, from being a literal lost to something more figurative.
Mhm.
The spiritual
yeah,
loss
that-
of this fallen,
Right.
bankrupted world.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
I have a potential plan, but we still got to link all the clues to it.
Yeah.
Because I was
Yeah.
thinking, like, if that is the case, if that's what we want to do, or if that ends up being the solution, the problem is getting to the solution. It's like we need to get to the solution before we can execute the solution. I've
Yeah.
got ideas on how we can execute it. We just have to.
And maybe instead of
figure out.
deciding something and then making the clues fit, look at the clues
Yeah,
and see
like
if we
maybe
can figure
the
out
wire
something from the
saints,
clues.
the streams of the wire saints were able to get us out of the fog because that was like the clear presence of another god and the
Mm.
Yeah.
sacrifices to it. It
Mm.
wasn't just because I'm sure there are lots of sounds in the world that weren't cutting through the fog, and we assumed it was a noise thing, but it's
Yeah,
actually
and the Wired Saints are definitely from Saint Electric.
a belief thing. And then the spirals.
Yeah, the
Let's
spiral.
see. Like that could just be mapping out the places people conventionally get lost anyway, and that is where the god is strongest right now. The two things I just said, the two interpretations I just said don't make sense with each other.
I like it because of that.
It makes sense.
you can yes.
The Cohen.
Okay. Is it like so on the map? Is there like multiple spirals? On the
Yeah,
map?
it sounds like there's like it's like Uzumaki kind of just like
Okay, right.
most of it is blacked out with spiral.
Well, it's not like one big spiral. It's several. It's like lots of little spirals. Spiral gyros.
Would it be crazy to work backwards from our plan?
Not at all. I like that. I was
Love
trying to
it.
do that, and then just kind of my brain
Right.
went.
Well, here's
So-
the idea I had based on what we were discussing. If we want to convince it,
Just what is our plan again?
well, that's what I was getting to.
Cool.
So we convince it to stop making people get lost because what it really wants is people to be spiritually lost. So my solution or one possible solution would be to tell this poignant tale about the Temple of Lost Souls, where people who are having crises of faith seem to stumble upon it. And it's a place for people who are having doubts in their God. And that would basically be its feeding pot.
And we could put that per the map where the Ballard companion is strongest.
Like
where
maybe
there's the
setting
biggest
like a
concentration.
like you said, let's setting a trap for people for the companion to eat. It sounds like.
See, that's to me the most complicated part of that plan is justifying to ourselves that it's fine for the solution to be a place where
I mean, this
spiritually
is the
lost go
world
and
that
get
we're
eaten
in.
by a
We're-
different god.
Do you remember the Omega Cliffs?
I'm just saying you can't kill a number of people at a set location.
If the brick
Oh.
goes
I didn't
back,
know
you
we,
have to
like-
kill it again.
When did we get some ethics?
Yeah, especially
yeah, I'm
in
gonna
Silt
say-
versus. That's
yeah.
yeah.
Well, we tend to want to make friends with everybody.
Yeah, but like
if-
also like murder, murder, murder.
Yeah. If we set up like a trap that like just eats 50% of people who are not strong in their faith, I will answer yes to went out of my way to engage with the community. It seems like
this
oh,
is
yeah.
a weird trolley problem. It sounds like.
Yeah.
And maybe
yeah.
that ties into the
Everyone's gonna
children's
be
book
really
of
pious in this
the,
area.
of
What we're gonna
the
be doing
Bower
is not a
companion
selection.
only leading good children to the good place and it leads the bad children to the bad place.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
I want to throw another idea out there. There's something about the scattered debris from a vehicle covered in moss and stinging nettles.
Oh,
That
right,
makes me
like
think
those,
that that makes me think that the Bowered Companion used to be a very like forest centric god.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
like
think that's true.
interested in getting lost in that way.
Mm.
Yeah, and it is
and I'm
like
wondering-
all the angels are like made of sticks and trees
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff.
I'm wondering if we could basically sacrifice the sea to it.
Whoa.
Like it used to be.
Wow.
It used to be this. It used to be this one thing where it would like watch and like it would watch over people but people weren't getting lost. Let's move it over here to the sea where people are always getting lost and will need help finding. And
So not
that way we're
sacrificing
not.
the sea, but making it more of a sailor's god kind of.
Yes.
So
yeah,
we
yeah.
turn the Bowered Companion into the Bermuda Triangle.
Companion.
But like like a
But it's leading
like a
people out of the
nice Bermuda Triangle, right? Because
reverse Bermuda Triangle, yeah.
It pops
Because there's
out.
so many
really,
people getting
your only
lost.
mandate is
Yeah.
to clear out the traders here. Like if it were to do its thing somewhere else, that technically fulfills your mission.
Yeah.
So if
Or,
it's just
I mean, the other
boats getting
thing-
lost now.
Like we could move it to Glot Edge, right? I just feel
Jesus.
like
You definitely
Yeah,
could.
fuck
everyone's
that
lost
place.
here.
I'm listening.
I mean, it's a city. Like it's so easy to get lost in a city. Your job is just to like move
Yeah.
people around.
That's
You know,
What was
that
the
could
god
definitely happen.
originally doing again? It was eating
Um,
lost people, or
So I'll read the description of the Bowered Companion from these out
oh,
here.
thank you.
An ever-shifting figure of mist-shadowed woodland debris carrying a lantern that never burns out. A gentle, unseen hand on your back guiding you onward. Slow footsteps following yours. The distinct feeling of being watched. His domain is the lost, the missing, the desperate, those in need of guidance to a safer place than they currently find themselves. The Bowered Companion is from a long time before industrialization and state-sanctioned gods. Lost travelers in the Whisper Plains would pray to him, offering up desperate sacrifices in hope of finding their way home. Remains of small shrines could be found, still overgrown. The Bowered Companion is neglected, hungering, and desperate. If there are no lost followers to guide, he will make some.
Yeah. Make this the god of like the black taxis. This is like in London, this is the knowledge. The Bowered Companion. I don't think of any. I can't think of any good jokes. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So like, we could help industrialize him. Which I realize as I say it.
Zeph getting the companion a corporate sponsor is definitely on brand.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
But an ironic corporate sponsor, right? That's the
sure. Irony's a good market, yeah.
The neck-tied companion.
Yeah. Leads you out with
Leads your business.
It leads you out of the
Consults with
confusion
your
about which
business.
brand. It leads you out of the confusion of which brand to buy. Tells you it's ours.
Yeah.
There are many agencies, both commercial and government, that would love to get their hands on something like that. You what?
Yeah. I mean, if we could do that, yeah, no, I like that. That helps me undermine the orders of my superiors. Well, not really, but
It sounds like it's directly supporting.
yeah.
Or well,
You
no,
you
it's
just
supporting
scooped them,
what
I guess.
it's supporting what your superiors at the Saint Electric want, but undermining the superiors of the Bureau in favor of your personal god. So yeah, I would count
Yeah.
that for sure.
Yeah, if I did something
Yeah.
for the Karen Maiden and not for the
Yeah.
FBI, whatever we're with,
Yeah.
you would totally.
But in the
Yeah.
meantime, we have clues.
So, okay. If we make this a god of the city, okay, what do we have? Used to be a forest god.
The question is,
Oh.
what must be sacrificed to appease the god? And the plan comes after that.
See, now we're back to that's why I formulated the first thing. What must be
Yeah.
sacrificed? That's where I came to trinkets from other gods, because that's what the clues were.
Oh,
It's
sure.
just so weird. I feel like we had this discussion.
I'm sure you're right. My brain is full of holes.
Oh, deja vu, man.
All that Molly.
Yep.
Yeah,
Worth
I
it.
think I would think it would have to be more than trinkets as well, because this is a god that and gods must feed.
Mhm. But we
Can we-
sacrifice the battle saint to it.
I mean,
Make them fight.
Make them kiss.
no matter who wins, we lose. There's no rule against crossing the streams, so.
Wait, what is the town here?
On here is
Alm.
Alm. ALM.
Alm.
Could we, I mean, going along kind of what Heath was saying, could we say that we are sacrificing, or
Town?
we're consecrating Alm and Freightings? What are the Freightings? I got the weird. What's the name of the company? Freightings, Ferry and Freight.
Mm.
Could we say that we're sacrificing by consecrating?
It would require sacrifices to consecrate.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'll be saying like that would kind of be doing what Keith was saying, like getting the Bard Companion to guide the residents of Alm to a better life or more certainty or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if okay, okay. If we could say, consecrate Alm, all roads lead to Alm. Right. No one gets lost here. We just have to.
But
I don't know.
We want people to be lost so the god can help them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they get lost.
If you're lost, come make it like a what's that, like a Santa Fe kind of commune, kind of like, if you're lost, come to Alm and the Bard Companion will show you the way.
No, wait, are we talking about physically lost again, or are we back on like people?
I think this is the spiritually lost angle.
Yeah, that had some juice, I think. But how we get from that to what needs to be sacrificed?
I mean, do we have to, or do like, can we just tell?
Well, I didn't mean that we only had to sacrifice trinkets. I meant that the clues are trinkets
clues are kind of like
from
pointing in the
other
right
gods,
direction,
indicating that the Bard Companion has killed,
kind of like reaching
consumed
for
people from that god, and that's what leads us to believe, like, oh, that's a more powerful. So that's how the clues relate to the solution.
And that would point us at sacrificing followers of other gods.
Right. So then we create the temple of the lost souls. Followers from other gods come there to pray and gain enlightenment and get eaten or whatever.
We repaint all of the street signs in Galatage. Would be incomprehensible.
Ooh.
And then we plop the
Sacrificing
god
was-
down and let him sort it out.
All we got
I
to
was
do
thinking
is
we could sacrifice some streets, but
we just got to get the
yeah.
beer
I
hockey
mean, that
sheet
is
to-
definitely a valid, valid
pass
strategy.
Sacrifice the
New-
transportation department of Glotich.
Oh,
procedure: all road signs are to be printed in wingdings.
oh, jeez.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, would something like sacrificing? I don't know if there are other. Oh gosh, I love this solution. Like if we make Alm into a theocracy and
Wow.
ban
I mean,
other
the whole
churches,
peninsula is kind of a theocracy.
right?
Okay.
But it's like yes. I guess it's a
Or it's like a kind of
I-
an inside
if-
out theocracy. It's the government is using gods to
yeah. Or is that a theocracy? No,
On
but
theory.
can we make it like a solo, like ban all their gods? Yeah, sacrifice the
Monotheistic.
followers of other gods. Yeah,
But how
a
is that
monotheistic.
then accomplishing the solution? I don't
Well,
understand how that solves the
uh,
question.
of what to sacrifice, to the god. Oh, I mean, I thought I was adding on to what you were saying. Like people come here because they are unsure of their faith in other gods, but
Mhm.
also as like an initial physical sacrifice, we just burn all the other churches, right? Or destroy the
Yeah.
altars. No, like I'm sure that won't make angry gods.
Cool.
That
They'll be
we'll
cool
have
with
to
it.
deal with later.
Gods are known for being cool.
I mean, it might endear you to the beast that stalks in the long grass because that's kind of what it does.
Okay.
Ah.
So one possibility we've talked about, like make Alm a spiritual center for the Boward
temple of
Companion.
whatever the spiritual
What-
clarity, whatever you were saying it was.
Why Alm? I missed that point. Like, why are we focusing on Alm?
Because that's where its kind of domain is in the Whisper
Oh.
Plains. That wouldn't require relocating the god, which is more effort.
Leave it a candy trail.
Hmm.
Gods love candy corn.
How does that?
So
I mean,
how-
so how do the clues?
Yeah, how do the clues
Well-
tie into sacrificing
Well, so
members of other faiths?
like someone said, the screams from the Wire Saints indicate that connections to other gods are anathema to Boward Companion.
They
It
get lost,
used to
just follow
be
the power lines. Yeah.
it used to be a like god of moral clarity. So we're returning it to one of its older forms, like not a god of the forest, but a god of upbringing,
The old friend.
Of-
yeah.
of raising
Oh,
children.
back to the
rather
old
than-
friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that also like what it used to be is the like covered in moss, stinging nettles god.
Mhm.
Rather
Right, going back to
than
the old days. The paper
rather
map could
than
be
the-
like because the god wants people to be lost, like maybe one of its like maybe what was the person that Farley who Ren met, maybe Farley or one of the other adherents, like one of their jobs was to like black out maps of the place, kind of make it make people more lost.
I was wondering if the spirals might be a sign of like a sigil of the original Boward Companion.
Oh, yeah.
Of, like
Oh,
you are coming
Yeah.
into
Use
moral
that
clarity,
in-
and then it got reinterpreted as I'm wandering around
you get
lost.
like, oh yeah, like spiraling towards the answer. Yeah,
that does make a
Use that
great
in your
logo
ritual,
on the
yeah.
brochure, right?
it does. It
Like-
sure does.
Are you uncertain of who you want to eat you?
Calm for clarity.
They could,
Oh,
they could also be
no.
like general areas where we found the other god stuff, or where the people have disappeared.
Mhm.
Hmm.
previously that left behind whatever little trinkets we found?
The glass jar with liquid and teeth that was in the house, buried in the basement.
Yeah. I mean, we could say, I don't love this answer because it's not grotesque enough, but we could say that that's just that was an old Ballard companion ritual to like put baby teeth that fell out naturally.
Well, if you want
Hmm.
more grotesque, what
To,
if
to,
it's
so,
Or
so
it
that
could be like
adults would always know where to come home to as like a guiding thing.
mm.
could that be a
But-
known
Or it could have been
sacrifice?
like the last like desperate sacrifice of another adherent that was like, okay, I'm gonna ask my god for guidance, and then the argument like, nah, it's Wolverine time.
I was wondering if it could be teeth from from followers of other gods as an attempt.
Mhm.
That the Ballard companion just was like, no, not just teeth.
I wonder if there's maybe a god we know about
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
like required like someone as a sacrifice to their god had to pull one of their own teeth every day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And it
I
didn't do
did
any
kept growing
good.
back.
Yeah, like a poxpotter or someone. Yeah, I'll take that. And the truck.
I think that truck just got really lost.
But it also had this big Bobby logo, so that's a link to that god.
Oh, that's
yeah,
it.
Big Bobby's the
Lashing
god
out
of
it.
truckers. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not just trying to get these trucks lost. It
yeah, it is
Right.
striking out against the god.
yeah.
All right, cool. That is 6 clues explained. Boom.
So
So the
just to
clues-
summarize,
yeah, go for it.
Fair. So, Fair, is that what you were going to do?
No, go for it.
I was just going to say, so we are positing that it used to be one thing, like a god of moral compass. For a while, it was this god of getting lost in the physical forest. We're returning it to its old ways, but with some new brand management.
With a modern twist on it, yeah.
Yeah. And we are one thing that we're making true here is that it lashes out at other gods or in other
Mhm.
gods' followers.
Yeah.
So that maybe that's a remnant of what it used like. That's the moral compass thing.
Yeah.
Like it wants people who are either lost or found
And so
through
what
its
must be
actions, not just
sacrificed-
people. Yeah.
So what must be sacrificed are adherents of other gods.
Yeah, I wonder if the gods were much more combative in the ancient, in the time, in the before
I mean, they're
times.
still pretty. I mean, there's the whole wasted lands to the
Oh,
to
yeah.
the east.
But
to the
that's
west,
humans. Humans did
God
that.
wins. I mean, humans kind of, God's helped. God's,
I feel like
God's
the
were
humans are
enlisted.
the bad ones.
I mean, yeah, clearly.
Gods are just gods.
Just rules. Cool. Who would like to roll for that?
No, dude.
I'm
It's
going to point at
straight roll.
Heath since it was his idea originally.
I will. Somebody's got to. So
Let me see. Where's
happy to take the bullet.
I'm actually gonna have to open the dice roll on this computer.
I mean, also to give you the credit for the original idea.
Yeah.
Which we all remember.
And this is just a straight up 2 dice, right? That's how these roll?
Yes, straight up 2 dice.
Let's see what the fuck happens. Kabam! It's a 9.
It's a 9. So that means that you are correct and the opportunity can be pursued. But it is
Just one more thing, man.
there's a complication, an unwelcome complication to the answer, and or pursuing the opportunity will become more dangerous. You can increase the success tier, but only if every custodian marks a verse. And I gotta tell you, I was looking at some of the upcoming assignments, and there are some cool powers you can get, but only certain verses are marked.
But only if what?
Only if certain verses are marked.
Oh, weird.
Like, oh, here, you can get this cool power, but only if the asher is marked. And stuff like that.
Wow.
So, you got a little wiggle room. You got plenty of verses to mark. If you want to get away with this one clean, everyone can do a verse to bump it up to a 10, or we can have some unwelcome complications. I'm happy
We
with either outcome.
we never marked the verse for this assignment.
Nope. You still can as long as you're working on it.
What do you
But-
mean?
But that
You
wouldn't
can't
count.
use
Would that
that.
count as?
Yeah, no, you can't use the assignment verse to bump up a result like that. Each custodian has to mark a verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it explicitly says that in rules.
I don't know. I feel like storytelling wise, it would make sense that this one would hit us with a complication.
Right.
But
Done and done.
oh, I'm sorry. I didn't
The
mean
pact is sealed.
Oh, okay then.
No, if y'all want to do it, that is still
Such
cool.
are
but
my
I-
powers.
No, I'm good with that. I mean, 'cause
I don't mind a complication, but I also think verses sound fun. I don't have very many, but I know
I'm a
that
bit
Sebastian
averse to
is
marking
going down
verses.
there.
Solving without our companion. Words of
Only got 2
I know
verses of
it's
history left.
exactly
And then I
what
gotta
that
start
is.
diving into verses of prophecy.
Those are the fun ones.
And for some reason, I was just doing all my histories first before. You know, so maybe I could retire with a good ending if I never marked any of my
Yeah, maybe.
prophecy verses.
Cool. So that is that. I think I have a good idea of what that complication might be.
What you gonna get you?
Apologies if the complication is really bad. I take full responsibility.
Cool. So would you like to go to Alm to implement this, or would you like to go to Welcome Vigil to look around there?
We could do a journey to Wilkins Vigil.
Well, would it be a journey regardless, or only if we go to Wilkins?
Oh, I was thinking, but since we did the kind of like got the aborted thing last time, we would just jump up with it. If you want to do a journey to there, that's fine too.
I don't know. I just didn't know if it
Yeah.
mattered which location we chose,
It's cool.
or if either was a journey.
I mean, if we go to Ulm, then the task there is figuring out how to sacrifice people to the god.
Mm-hmm. And that sounds like doing some sort of. Did you all listen to the to the episode with the ad agency and the big
Oh, yeah.
centipede god
Oh, yeah.
thing,
You might have. I can't remember now. It's been a
or the
while. since-
maggot god, or whatever it is? Yeah, probably not that drastic, but same vibes.
Okay, so
I mean, I had an idea for solving it, but it might just be too lame because my idea of solving was me just telling you the tale of the Temple of the Lost Souls. And then it might exist if I tell it good enough.
And then I think we like to consecrate the town, like a ritual sacrifice has to be enacted.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean
yeah.
you wouldn't have to do anything. But
Yeah, you could speak that into. You could definitely make that happen.
just as far as like then I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It's too bad none of us has the end of session question. Did you struggle with your faith?
oh no.
I know. I was like, that would have been the perfect one.
Chosen poorly. I'm about
And I mean, there are, in worst case scenario, you know where to find adherents of other gods in the car.
For some reason it's like stuck in my brain. I don't really know that this is necessary, or I don't know if this helps or hinders. But like the idea that keeps getting stuck in my brain is that it's almost like a floating market scenario that this temple. It's not just like, oh, it's a building at 104 Main Street. That's the Temple of Lost Souls. It's like it appears to you in time of need when it's like when you're
Oh.
struggling with your faith.
Room of requirements sort of thing.
Yeah, you like, you're like, I don't know about this God. And then suddenly it's like, oh, hey, here's this Temple of Lost Souls.
If you're struggling with your God, why not just fuck that guy and join ours? Ren did run into that devotee of the Bowered Companion who probably has some strong opinions about how sacrifice works.
Oh, yeah. So journey to Ulm and talk to the Bowered Companion. Dude.
Sure.
Devotee.
Like as good a plan as any.
Yeah, nothing's really occurring to me.
And my brain is all soup.
Is there anything we can put into that box that makes things disappear that would qualify as like?
No, that like destroys, like annihilates
Yeah.
things. That's not a sacrificial vessel. That's a thing there's a place where you put things that you want to disappear forever and not have any effect on the world anymore.
Whoa. What if we put our problems there?
No
Which
more
one of you is
problems
causing the
anymore.
most problems?
This God is a problem.
Got 99 problems and this box ain't one.
And then we put the box in itself at the end and we're fine. And there's no repercussions.
That's the motto of this group. No
Everything's
repercussions
okay.
ever.
We don't need to worry about it.
Okay, I like journeying to Ulm and then talking to the devotee and seeing if there are ideas for how to do the sacrifice from there.
Yeah, let's do it.
So journeying to from the blue what was it called? Blue West Beach. Blue West Beach. We're gonna do the escaped test subject.
Escaped what?
The escaped test subject
Uh-oh.
journey scene. So on the way, you pass a roadside accident. There is a paint the scene question. What evidence on the scene suggests the recent presence of a saint?
Are you as well as usual this evening?
Could you repeat that, Mark?
Yeah. You come across a roadside accident on your journey. What evidence on the scene suggests the recent presence of a saint?
Oh, okay.
Like a car accident?
Yep.
The front half of the hood is perfectly flatly smashed into the ground as if a giant shoe had just stepped on it.
I'm gonna say that one of the vehicles looks shiny. The other one, you can see this like cutoff point where you see the same moss and stuff grown through it that we saw with the car in the fog. Kind of like the Bowered Companion being involved in this as we're approaching home.
When we get close to it, like it's just a crash that it happened, but when you get close to it, you can still hear it happening, just like on a loop, just orally.
That's really good. Yeah, and to kind of add to that, if you try to examine the car, like if you try to go around to the back of it, you can never really get behind it. It's always like kind of looping around in your
A
vision.
weird old 3-shooter asset that only has one side.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Marathon.
got like a weird time loop happening there,
Mhm.
visually and sonically.
Mm,
I was thinking of, what is it, Elijah Wood in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, where he's trying to see the front of this person and never can.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So the recall a time question is, what incident or local disaster were you taught to overlook as a fact of daily living?
Oh no.
Can you say that again? I'm having trouble hearing you.
Yeah.
I think you're so used to your nice microphone.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know.
having
It's
trouble
like
hearing you
croon
too.
into.
What incident or local disaster were you taught to overlook as a fact of daily living?
Stock market crashes.
I think for me, or for Hugh, it would have been like people being taken by the woods. A combination of there are just disappearances occasionally, and there are also people who get like black rot from there, from mucking around in too many fetid ponds in there. And there's just this constant sense of like, well, they didn't know the rules, so they didn't follow the rules. As opposed to, oh God, we live next to a nightmare forest that's eating people.
Part of the Solomon Bank. When you hold stock, it's usually great for you, but if there's a crash, sacrifices need to be made. So when the stock market crashes, sometimes there's just tons of sacrifices in the street until
People
which of your
being
neighbors
pushed
hold
off of
stock
high
and
windows.
yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, not jumping out, but being pushed.
Being pushed
Oh,
off of
man.
those, yeah.
Are the sacrifices the stockholders or innocents?
They are they can be the stockholders, but if you're rich enough, you can get someone to go in your place. But as part of holding the stock is that you also take the losses.
That's so good. Oh my God. That's really good.
Give me a city, Mark. Doesn't matter. Any city in this place.
I mean,
You don't even know where you're from anymore.
This is where the story takes place. Could be in any city. There's a prestigious theater in a city that I just don't have city names. in
Mesh,
this
if you want to do a
world.
linger straits.
And it was a prestigious theater for about over 100 years.
Yeah, that would be
And
Blanche.
And what was that?
That would be Blanche.
That. And there was a run of bad shows at this theater where it just had 3 back-to-back flops. And then after the day after the third one closed in rehearsals before even opening, the theater people just woke up and the theater was gone, and it was just like a black crater in the earth.
Oh, that's too real.
And nobody even really, it wasn't like a big deal. Nobody's like, whoa, what happened? This is crazy. It's just like somehow people seem to know that, well, you disappoint the watcher three times in a row, and you got to pay the price. That obviously determined it was not worth existing anymore. And so then from then on, people just generally go around the crater and just it's like, oh yeah, it's where the theater used to be. Or to give directions, like, so you go down Main Street and there's gonna be a big giant black crater. You go around the perimeter of the crater and then continue on Main Street.
You'll be tempted to cut through.
Yeah, I think the Glottage payphones are instead of having coin slots, They just have little like places for you to like put your finger and get pricked for blood.
Mm.
And every once in a while, like
Convenient.
one of the payphones or phone booths gets hungry for
Oh
more than
no.
the person thought they were going to be giving. So
Yeah.
every once in a while, you have to like clean a dead body, like or an exsanguinated body out of the phone booth.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and then you got to put
make
your
that
you got to
call.
got to put the handset back in, right?
Oh,
There's a lot of that, just like wow,
just the dial tone.
yeah.
It's the hanging phone. Yeah.
Oh,
Badly do you want to make this call?
Ooh,
Or-
calling collect.
No, call and collect if you accept, and you have to suck blood from you on the other end of the phone. You're like, ah,
I wonder if like, but after it takes some blood, the call goes through. So like, you go to a phone booth where there's a dead body, and you have to like pick up, and someone's like, "Hello, hello," and then you have to be like,
oh,
"Sorry,
Bad news.
forgot to inform you."
Oh,
oh,
It's
Yeah.
life. It's just life in this place.
yeah, just life in late stage capitalism.
Dead body beneath you
Mm.
and ear chewed through. And
Ugh. Cool. When you and at least one other custodian share a scene where you discuss your personal history or relationship to divinity, you can clear a condition. So, yeah, what goes on the road trip here at this near, before, or after this accident?
I guess we're looking around to see if anybody needs help. Is that us? Nah. So, as soon
I
as
mean,
I said it, it rang false.
There's
Yeah.
authorities for that.
Yeah, people will take
I mean,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We look to see if there's like a
Any,
body we can rifle for gold or
yeah, any
Friendship.
trinkets that are.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm no
Looking for
longer
friendship.
hazy. No
we're
longer
like
feel
desperately
hazy. My
looking for
mind is
someone we can
cleared up.
monologue to.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I need to look at my things.
Yeah, now is a great opportunity to look at your questions and have a scene with someone.
Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, I
I
guess we
let
could take down the
let's
license
go ahead
plate
and
and
let's go ahead and take a break now if you want to think about what scene you want to do, and we'll come back
That's cool.
in 6 minutes. We'll come back at 5 after.
Talking.
Or
All
5
right.
or 40, 45?
45.
All right.
Nick, if we want to team up and undermine our orders.
Let's do it.
Maximum disappointment. I do like having a working ice maker again.
Yeah, this
Very
is
nice.
fancy house. It has a dishwasher.
I mean, there's no water in the fridge, but
There wasn't water in our fridge.
there was. It just
Maybe
froze often, and I had to take a hairdryer to the inside of the fridge to make it work again.
Our elderly cat
We
loves
said-
ice, so having an ice maker is great for that.
Oh,
The constant dishes of ice.
I'm an elderly cat.
you are an elderly cat.
So my regular laptop, the screen died the day before we left. So I had to quickly restore from a backup to my old work laptop, which is garbage.
Oh, no.
It is
Hot
an
garbage.
Intel laptop, if that tells you how old it is.
Hey,
Instead
it's
of
okay to have an older gentleman laptop.
Everything is slow. I also realized that not only do I not have my fancy speaker, but the microphone, but the microphones on the newer laptops are really, really good. Like if you're just doing like normal stuff, you don't really need a fancy speaker. And the microphones on these old laptops eat, but they're so bad. So that's why I need to yell, apparently. But fortunately, I've got for Heath.
Candy corn.
Void in
candy
the center of
corn.
it.
So good.
Don't give me some candy corn.
Avoid through the whole hand.
That's what makes it so good.
Void is what makes it taste good.
Why do you like eating crayons, Mark?
Oh, I
Those
didn't
are
even rename
delicious.
myself. I'm so tired.
So we're on the road having some scenes to clear some conditions.
I can find no candy corn up here in Canada at the
Oh
grocery.
no.
They're like, "Do you mean popcorn?" I'm like, no.
No.
you fools."
Very different.
So instead of I didn't realize it was so American.
I didn't
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a crappy grocery.
either. It's still kind of early, I guess. Not a lot of
September,
stores.
it's Halloween. Christmas decorations are up. It's Halloween. It's fine.
Some stores may not start stocking that shit till October.
Hello, Christmas.
Have they tried to gaslight you, Peter, about whether they celebrate Halloween up there? I'm like, what? Oh, what?
Halloween, you say?
Oh, that
that's
dumb
only in
American
America.
holiday where you dress up in costumes?
We don't have ghosts up here, so
Too
Our
cold.
socialized healthcare got rid of ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
They're
didn't
all
have
in
any
therapy
unfinished
now.
business once they got.
we got proper mental health care for them. Resolved all their issues.
Yeah. Let them
We have proper
pass on.
housing for vampires
Uh,
now.
When people die, they don't have to show up to work anymore, so
Oh,
they just
Ooh,
kind of stop
boy.
hanging around.
or if like you'll go out somewhere up west and be like, well, this place is lousy with ghosts, but no white people ever come here, so we never heard about it.
I also got the variety box, so I have not only candy corn but chocolate candy corn.
Ew,
Oh,
I don't know how I
nice.
feel about that.
And the
yeah, I don't feel
pumpkins.
good about it.
I like it.
It's not right.
See, I
not
did when I
natural.
said something about pumpkin candy
It
corn. I
tastes the
didn't
same.
mean that. I meant like there was a one year where they had like pumpkin,
pumpkin
flavored
spice.
candy corn. Yeah, like
Mhm.
and it was good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I also had the one that had little chocolate bits in it. Yeah.
Okay, I can get 30 pounds of candy corn on Amazon if I want.
Done.
How
And
did
Have you
Peter
ever-
die? Well,
I expect the answer to be no.
Sorry.
But have you ever done the thing where you take candy corn and arrange it in a circle and then stack up the circles and make a corn cob out of it?
no, I've seen
I
it.
have not.
I bet you
can-
have.
I have, and you can stick it together with frosting, and it's really good.
You then just bite it.
And then just eat a whole thing of candy corn, candy
the
corn on the
cob.
cob
Did you eat
with a
the
frosting
cob?
cob. Cob's made out of frosting, so yeah,
And then you
Oh,
take
no.
your diabetes medication.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
and then you go to the doctor, and they're like, "You have diabetes." I'm like, "Oh."
That doesn't sound
I
right.
can't imagine
I
why.
don't understand how that can possibly be.
Must be genetics.
Yeah, it is.
Do you eat many vegetables?
actually has nothing to do with how
I
much
do
sugar you
eat a
eat.
form of corn on the cob.
I see Christmas candy corn, which is red, green, and white.
No.
Yeah, isn't that just something
Does
very
it taste
strong?
like peppermint? I feel like it would taste peppermint.
Yeah,
Or it should.
minty corn
Minty corn.
or like pine.
Oh, shut
Ah,
Which I
Pine
might
corn.
like a pine cone corn.
Yeah,
pine corn.
candy
I could
cone.
see that surprising me, being like,
Instead of
oh,
candy corn, it's a candy cone. Yeah,
candy
and each
cone.
little thing is a little scale of the cone. Yeah, great
Wild.
missed
So
opportunity.
I'm sorry if I checked it. Yeah, I cannot get candy corn at the grocery
Welcome to
apparently,
candy corn
just
chat.
from Amazon.
Weird.
Might as well get some pumpkins Reese's while you're at it.
You only get Canada corn.
Canada.
Red and white.
corn. Maple flavored. Ooh,
I mean,
sounds really good. That sounds
yeah.
really good.
Did we just invent
I would take
the
some maple
new
corn.
candy of the
Mhm.
season?
Maple corn.
They have blackberry cobbler candy corn in Eastern Canada.
I will
Apparently.
pass.
Mm.
That could be good.
Is Canada just trying to like do what Japan does with Kit Kats?
Right.
Mm.
Mhm.
Here we go. I'm sending a link to the chat.
Get super meta and have a Kit Kat flavored Kit Kat. Whoa, what?
It is more Kit Kat than Kit Kat.
They have cookies and cream flavored Oreos, so it is not unprecedented.
I heard you like Oreos.
I heard you like, oh yes, maple candy corn. Fuck yes.
Maple corn. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm all in that.
Oh, that does sound fucking delicious.
Yeah. I'll eat maple anything.
Well, I have good news for you about Canada.
Yeah. I'm bummed that we don't have any maple trees in our backyard because I could just make my own. But
Sugar
I'm gonna have
Shack
to-
time.
I'm gonna have to pirate some, I think. Yeah, no maple candy corn on Amazon. There's harvest corn.
Fuck yeah.
Right. Anyway.
Zoom A is gonna have so much fun with that part.
Then the dumb humans just talked about corn for some reason.
Humans are obsessed with corn.
That they eat with their mouths.
Updating database. Humans love corn.
Now I know what to advertise to these people.
Corn, 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 and corn.
Corn, 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 corn.
Yes, for some reason, they want to buy corn and ghosts. Things they're most interested in. Or like, yeah, they're most interested in corn, ghosts, and diabetes. Can we sell them that?
Yes, you can.
See, now we need
Maple
corn
ghosts.
ghosts, like candy corn, but in the shape of little ghosts.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of ghost shaped anyway, right? Now, just put a couple of eyes on them
Yeah.
and then make the bottom jagged.
Candy corn for Halloween.
Spooky corn.
Spooky corn.
Spooky corn. Butter flavored spooky corn.
Spooky babies.
Spooky baby, gummy ghosts. Spooky
Here we
babies.
go, spooky
Yeah.
babies.
Just take candy corn, make it white, add 2 little black eyes onto it. Bam, candy ghost.
Done. Who wants to have some journey scenes?
Oh, right.
discuss your personal history or relationship to divinity.
And this is while we're at the
While you're on the road, either
While we're
before
on-
or after the accident.
I do
Let's
have a
see here.
concern, I say in character, with our plan to make this temple or whatnot that attracts lost souls who maybe question their faith and such things. Because let's just say theoretically speaking, because we want to cover all bases, that one or some of us may have possibly at times questioned our own faiths. How will our plan, would that possibly endanger us?
That would be the easiest way to satisfy that plan.
Is it a concern that like we'll get sacrificed in this somehow, or it seems like we end up with a place to go when we ourselves are in trouble, right?
Can we make it point us to the floating market?
I
I
have
like
a
that
feeling
place.
if we're satisfying
Feels more like a pitcher plant situation.
the Ballard companion,
Oh,
then
okay.
it will probably not be a good end if we are deemed as one of the sacrifices. Look, I believe the confines of this car are fairly safe haven. There have been, I've had my moments of wavering in my faith.
Like what? I think Hewitt just does not believe that Sebastian ever
Tell me
wavered.
more, tell me
love-
more. Like,
I
does
love
he have a
your-
car?
Are you're gatekeeping doubt? No, oh yeah, name five doubt. Name five times you doubted. You're such a big fan of doubting. Tell me. Okay, skeptic.
I was a fan of doubt before.
Yeah.
Spider webs.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep your faith
I'm
when
just a girl.
when your God seems disappointed in you so often. It's easy to at least question for a moment, possibly walking a different path. But I mean, those moments, surely those aren't enough cracks in our souls to make us subject to this solution we are
Well, I wonder too,
proposing, is
like,
it?
if you're a devotee of, I don't know everything about the Watcher in the Wings, but doesn't it seem like some gods want attention and loyalty and obedience, bowing before them, and some just want you to do the job?
I
And
suppose
Watcher
our
in the
gods-
Wings always struck me as a sort of do the job thing. It's not, I believe in you, I put nothing else above you. I will destroy the other gods on your behalf. More like, you need me to do a scene, I'll do the scene.
No, I
And if
mean,
you like it, you like it.
No, very fair point. I suppose I also bring it up out of concern for you and my friends, in case you've ever had any doubts of your own faith that you've never spoken of.
I think Hugh just like stares back like, what? not revealing.
I just want to make
Out.
sure we don't put any of us in danger in enacting this plan.
I think if you asked me when I was younger, sure. When I was growing up, I was told to had more pressure to have solid faith in gods I could literally materially see the effects of, and that is when my faith was the shakiest. I know those gods still rule much of the world, and of course, just like a god, we must also eat, but the god I chase now or stumble after, I there's a knowing, there's a deep knowing. There isn't that uncertainty anymore. But it is the one knowing that humanity does not want to know. It is death. It is. And that may be her best gift to us, is not letting us look directly at her, not letting all of us see her, to let us pretend that we might live on forever. Because if we actually face that we could be on our last breath, perhaps we would be lost. Oh yeah, my advance. Fuck. Can't make decisions. So in a way, I am at my most faithful and forgetful at the same time.
I think perhaps. Nothing's for sure, but I have an idea of at least how to possibly make this plan safer. I feel like our relationship with the gods tends to be solo. It's just us, singularly our relationship with them. They focus on us, we focus on them. And it's not about our relationships with other people. So, if all four of us, whenever we are actually enacting this plan in the moment, in the final moments, satisfying this God, if we instead focus on each other, if we're vigilant to make sure the others aren't getting lost, perhaps we can keep each other safe. While we might be in danger of losing ourselves, we'll have three others guarding against us losing ourselves. We just have to be vigilant for each other. And I think that'll take the gods' focus off of us.
Does that have anything to add?
I'm still processing the idea that I think Zeph is like I do like the idea that like we're like driving and just like looking at each other like, okay, this is the part where you say something. I think Zeph says like, yeah, I think Zeph first turns to Hugh and says, you don't think the Watcher is needy of attention? That's not the vibe you got. You get from the Watcher. Like, I mean, yeah, I think all the gods, even like, there's no god who is more job focused, maybe, than the Saint Electric, and even the Saint Electric wants your attention. You know, like, yeah, there's no way out of this this conclusion that they are like children who just want and want and want. And I think we've had this backwards this whole time where like we serve them and they guide us. But I think we have to guide them into being, I don't know, useful members of society. That make any sense?
Being the kind of gods that believers will keep around.
Yeah, every god I feel like we've met would not hesitate to grow and grow and grow until only it remained, which would not be good for it. But like a kid, it doesn't know that. It wants what it wants now. And like, yeah, I don't know. I think we just have to redirect it
This
I
could
don't
also
know.
be
I don't
the
know.
gods that we are encountering.
Yeah, that is fair. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess we are. That is a chance of bias, but no. I mean, yeah. What about your ink stained, you know, your ink stained guy? What is?
The wax and
Yeah,
scrivener.
yeah. Whatever. I don't know.
Ink stain
Like
guy.
that's what he's called now. Like who
Ink
knows
stain
what he'll
guy.
grow into? Like yeah, he'll start as a god of knowing and forgetting, and then over time he'll morph into like the where are my keys god, right? Or something else the like even the gods who we follow are children who will overgrow their boundaries and squeeze themselves accidentally into small spaces that are not healthy for them.
Hmm.
I want to be clear about this. I do not have any children. Just
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of giving you a look at that point.
it's like, they just they'll be so bored that they'll just electrocute themselves if that's the option they're given.
Oh no, cut to.
Yeah. Or the,
I think
Caught on
that
fire.
Rich is narrate his voiceover as the baby wanders around terrorizing.
Yeah.
Walker's
But yeah,
vigil.
the narrator would be like, well, one of them did have a child for a while. Wandering it. Yeah.
I think the
I
child had
I
us.
don't know.
Or did the child have it? Yeah.
Yeah. Who rescued who? It's like, well, it's funny because we didn't actually rescue it. We just let it loose on a different town. Yeah. Who
I guess
let
you could
who
say we
loose?
rescued each other. Wait, what?
Who defied what authority?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Zeph will wind up just saying like, does anyone know where I'm going again? I can't. I assume I'm driving, but I don't. It's like, what? Am I taking this right turn? I don't know.
Ren's still not driving.
I could
But
though.
they could.
Yeah, they could drive. They can drive. Yeah, go ahead and clear a
I know how.
relevant condition.
Just
You
move the
roll-
wheel around.
Just clarified my mind.
Press some pedals.
I've seen Zeph do it.
I'm still a little mauled though.
Obstinate. I'll remove obstinate.
You will also stumble upon a clue. Custodian's machine, and tell the keeper what the clue is and how you come across it. And I assume it will be for the sleepless warden, because that's the only thing you really need clues for. Right now.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We find a warden who can't sleep. Wait, no. Oh, hello.
And it could be part of the accident if you like, or whatever else.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Oh.
Or the saint that caused it.
Maybe it's just, I guess this is one clue, right? Just
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe there's like some we're determined like the front of the car was squashed like a footer, but maybe in the wreck there's evidence on like one side of. Did we ever determine how many cars were involved in that wreck?
I assume two.
There's two. I kind of figured maybe like on one side of both cars, on the same side of there's what clearly seems to be like a foreign metal, not of either of the two cars, almost like if something else had sideswiped both cars and left different kind of paint and metal on both of the cars.
Or metal evidence at the scene of a road accident. Ren, so you're approaching Alm, I think. and you're in the fog that you were in before. It is you're not lost. You're in the Whisper. You're in the Whisper Plains. You're on the road you were on before. Ren, in the fog on the side of the road, you see the distant form of a woman.
I'm a follower.
Well, as you're approaching, she's on the side of the road. As you approach closer, there's also
Defying the orders of my superior.
there's
Nice.
also a car that she is standing next to, and she is waving. Maybe you thought it was the
Oh.
Karen Maiden for a moment, but it is. It
I
is
turn
not.
away. I ignore her.
Zeph, if you're driving, you also see this, of course. You can choose to stop and help the woman whose car apparently stranded her on the road, broke
So
down.
you're saying Zeph could undermine the orders of the superiors in order to pursue a personal interest of connecting with the local community.
Or we can make him do it.
We are on the
You
way
are.
to solve official business, and you want to stop and help this woman? That doesn't.
You
sound
are
like
also
something be
welcome to
going
keep
with.
on driving.
Can I pull a bootleg turn or just like drive past and then
I think that's a D7
hit on the
maneuver,
brakes and-
so what's your handling skill?
Whack in the emergency brake.
What's the maneuver? What's the
180.
maneuvering stat of the car we're in?
I think a bootlegger is a D7 or a D9. I don't remember because Car Wars.
Man, we need to upgrade our car to better handling.
yeah, stop.
Oh, the
I
people
feel
are
like-
not gonna like that.
All this talk about like how we've ruined people's lives has made Zeph a little remorseful.
um, yeah, so she is waves you down. It's like a woman in her late 40s, maybe. She's wearing like a faded like flannel, has her hair up in like a weird, like a messy bun, has sunglasses up on her head there. Yeah, it's like waves you over. How do you what do you say?
Need help?
Yeah. I was just on my way to town and she just gave out. I don't know what's wrong. I'm not really a car person. So yeah, if you could give me a lift if there's a garage nearby or I
You
don't
do
know.
know a mechanic.
Give her Lincoln's
You
number.
do? Great, that'd be great. Maybe they can give me a tow into town and take a look at whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm Helen, by the way.
I'm Zeph. That's Ren, Hugh, and Sebastian.
With faces and names. Great. Hi, how's it going?
Great.
Yeah, if you can give me a lift to town, that'd be cool. That'd be great.
There's no room in
Well, I mean, I was asking if you need help. That wasn't an offer. I'm sorry for the.
Oh no.
Oh, I mean, well, clearly, I mean,
No.
I could
Sorry.
walk to town, I suppose, but it's gonna take longer. And if you're heading there,
I'm
I'll see you
joking.
there.
Good idea.
Don't wanna get on
I'm
my
into
bad
irony.
side.
That's my thing.
Oh, I could tell by the
Yeah.
time.
Helen, a
Okay.
powerful and poetic name. Many great Helens throughout history and many forms of art.
Really?
Well, yes.
Huh?
I mean, I don't want to bore you. I could regale you with tales of Helens all day long.
Oh,
You can sit
okay.
next to him.
Great. I'll just squeeze in the back here. Drive on. Yeah, so what do like the four of you are dressed the way that you are dressed. Just like-
Stylish cloak with
What that's supposed to
only
mean?
cloak and beekeeper's
Traces of blood on
hat.
it.
Yeah. Socks and sandals.
I am still mauled.
Bald.
You have blood on your cloak.
Don't mind the blood.
No, I managed
Yeah.
to keep the blood off my cloak. It was quite.
It's like looks like you ran into it's like you ran into some trouble there. Is everything okay?
Just a wild Wolverine.
Wolverine. Wow, you don't see
Yeah.
those out here these days.
No, no. Luckily, we escaped relatively unscathed, other than this.
Wow. So what brings y'all to the Whisper Plains? Awkward silence. I love it.
Oh no.
Work.
Work. What's your line of business?
We're helping out a freight company that's having some trouble through here.
Oh yeah, which one is it? I wrote down the name.
Oh no.
What is it? It's right here. Fading's Ferry and Freight. Yeah, I heard they've been having some trouble lately. I'm out here too, just kind of getting the lay of the land, so to speak. Puts her helmet, puts her sunglasses down, and takes she has a big thermos of coffee and pours some out and starts sipping away.
What is it you do in life, Helen?
I'm a researcher. I just do research.
Oh, we met some researchers on the road. Fella that was really into fungus. So
Fungus.
just talk our ear off about it.
Oh, interesting. I'll have a good fungus story. Now, I researched the effects of unorthodox gods on unlicensed gods, divine presences causing trouble around here. So
Wait, that's your line of research?
yeah,
That's our line of research.
Hey!
your researchers.
Yeah,
She gives you all each individually a thorough look over.
we're not so much on the research side as the taking care of problems side.
Oh, your
Applied
logistics. I get it.
research.
Your research. Oh well.
That
What's
actually
your
does
area?
something rather than just publishing in journals.
Oh, I don't publish in any journals that you have read, probably. So it's for a private concern.
What
But-
what brings
Not
you
a-
out here in particular?
Well, I heard there was some issues with a local god acting up, and I'm strictly here to observe. So I don't know if you're involved in any of this, don't let me get in your way. Of course, I'm just here to take notes and report back.
So, what kind of saints do you make?
I'm sorry.
Does it bother you, the screams, or do
I
you
don't
eventually get to tune it out?
I'm not in R&D. I'm sorry.
But you're connected to them.
To
R&D.
what makes you say that?
Well, I just assume it probably worked how my family's. I mean, everyone gets funding from Solomon Bank eventually, even researchers.
Oh no, we are privately funded or publicly funded, I suppose. I don't know. I'm not really in finance either, so it's none of my business.
I know what y'all do.
Oh, you do? What's that?
I mean, I guess there's blood on all of our hands, but seems like it takes a certain kind of person to do that.
And it is at this point that the radio clicks on.
Mm.
A child's voice comes
God
over.
damn it.
Why is it with the
And
child?
Turn it
that's what
off.
all of us say almost.
Turn it off.
simultaneously. Why is it always a child?
Are there children that are our bosses? Like, do we?
No, they're just the messengers. They're just the messengers.
How
She
long we
tries
gonna-
to turn off the radio.
We finally make it up to the management floor of the bureau, and it's all these like 6-year-olds
It's just,
around.
it's just a daycare.
I think she looks at the
Bugsy Malone going on.
the speakers
speedboat.
for our radio have been like stuffed full of like wrappers and stuff
Yeah.
to try to keep them.
Yeah, all the leaves that we've shoved in there come like rattling out. Like,
Yeah, like,
Hugh tries yanking a speaker out of its socket and throwing it out the window.
Just
And
no
it keeps
talking
playing.
in your hand.
God damn it.
Um,
well,
God
here's some
damn
orders
it.
to undermine.
new assignment, everybody. Good news, everybody. New assignment. This is the Skyward Sprawl. The custodians are directed by your handlers to quietly resolve a situation in the sprawling fringes of greater Glottage conurbation. Suburbanites within a growing sphere of influence are sickening, contracting a hideous rot from clouds of gray spores spread on the wind. Their skin erupts in weeping rust and cracked concrete. They become obsessed by ascent, drawn to a towering building, erupting like a twisted fingernail from the dead urban soil. Dreams of ease. The marketeers thought they had done it again. Yet another magnificent high-rise tower shaped from the Slag King's sacred plans and enhanced with cutting-edge induced godcraft. Comfortable living with a hallowed manager to protect and watch over you and your family. A single prisoner was sacrificed to the structure, drowned in concrete as tradition demanded. Strangely, they died in secret without the usual ribbon cutting and photo ops. The press release corely branded the death a patented experiment. This is a question for one of the custodians. Which one? Who has the highest insight?
Probably me.
Hugh, the
Yeah.
architect Lucien Breton vanished shortly before the building was completed. What rumors surround his disappearance?
Oh, what rumors surround his disappearance? That he still exists, but that he's no longer contained in his body. He just sort of jumps from resident to resident in the buildings that he's designed. And probably leaves them kind of hollowed in his wake. So at any point, if you live in one of those buildings, you may be talking to the man himself,
Amazing.
burning through another vessel.
So that all was a decade ago. Residents were rapidly consumed, and the newborn tower fed ravenously. Most succumbed to the mysterious concrete rot, and a fanatical few from the privileged upper floors began to worship the tower, calling themselves the dreamers of ease. They proclaimed a sacred mission, great and soaring architectural growth without end. A new name was shouted from the balconies, and the skyward sprawl was born. All custodians, how will you call on your deity to shield you from the sprawl's rot?
Oh no. I don't think I have a useful god on this one.
I do. I have the most useful god.
Yeah, you're
Let's all just go to sleep.
I will
Let's
use
all
my
go to
theatrical
sleep.
prowess and advanced makeup skills to look like a plague carrier. And if pleased, that I believe it will protect me from the actual plague. It'll pass right over me, feeling I'm already infected. Acting skills.
I think I'll draw on the waxen scrivener by writing in detail about any urges I have to go to the sprawl, and trust that when those pages are decayed in one way or another, that the feelings will be carried off with them.
Nice.
Well, mine is quite simple. I just continue to follow the lady, the maiden, and if she wishes me to become part of the rot, then she will lead me that way. If not, she will lead me onward.
I think even limitless towers need electricity, so okay.
Bribery.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, well, you need wires all the way up there. Yeah, sure thing, Mr. Ballard. I'll get right on it.
And the child's voice on the radio cuts off.
It's a child.
Leaving Helen again, looking at everybody.
I'm poking at a brand new speaker that has appeared, and the place is one that I whipped out.
Bastion's already like pulled the hood of his cloak up and is rehearsing. He's turning over like, "Arms for the plague carrier! Arms for the plague carrier!"
And I think, yeah, and then Ren is like telling Zeph, like, turn right here, left here. Oh, we've lost her. Up
I-
there she is.
For some reason,
Don't
I'm
worry, it's
following
not
those directions.
contagious.
For some reason.
Yeah, so Helen, how do you get your assignments?
My department head sends me a memo, and I
I
like
think-
normal.
Hugh just gets this placid smile hearing about how things work there. Oh, a
Right.
memo.
So
He
yeah,
loves memos.
yeah. If you think about it, we're not that different, I guess. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you are much more on the implementation side than I am, getting your hands dirty, so to speak. I'm just here to look at things.
What you here to look at?
Like I said, people going missing in town. This fog.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. 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 Do we say like, yeah, we don't think that one's going to be a problem pretty soon.
Oh, really? How so?
We are taking care of it
How's your faith?
by.
Oh no.
I don't really do that.
Well,
You sound very certain.
Yeah. Me and
everyone
gods
clings to
don't
something
really.
before the end.
Well, believe me, my inbox is piled full, so I've got plenty to do until
Sounds
that
like you got a
happens.
god there.
I mean, is your boss your god? I don't think so. He doesn't really feed like other gods do. He's just kind of, I don't know, got stuff to do.
Yeah.
It's a living.
Now who's being naive?
I mean,
Okay.
I've seen plenty of times what gods can do to these people, and I just think I'm better off without. I mean, other folks in my department, they can, we have extensive databases, and you can learn a lot from those, I'm sure. But there's never really no.
You're
I
better
think Hugh
without
just kind
a
of
god.
winces at the mention of databases.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
not at
there's
all.
like getting out in the field and like seeing something eye to eye, like if it has eyes, like there's no substitute for that. If you really need to understand a god, like
So
you need to kind of feel how it tries to shape you and affect you.
but you don't worship a particular god.
Oh no.
We might have a very interesting place for you to visit.
I'm way too busy for that.
No, it'll be great for your research.
Well, fantastic. Have you seen the and she like pulls out a little like a reporter's notepad. It's a different name for it. Uh, Haunting Solace or Old Friend, I guess they used to call it.
Hmm. Yep.
We saw a book about the old friend.
Really? I'd love to take a look at that.
I think Hugh is probably holding on to the book and shows it to her.
Oh my God. Do you mind if I and she like just props the book over on her knees and starts scribbling in her pad again.
Yeah, what do you see there?
What I mean, and she just describes exactly what you see.
Oh, okay.
Peter, has Hugh held on to the whole book, or have you like?
Oh,
removed a
have I
page or
been
two?
like as a treat ripping bits out of it?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man,
This looks old. This is great. This should help a lot.
there's probably like a confetti of the last page that falls out as you open the book.
Wow, what happened here? Well, thanks a lot. This is going to help a lot. So you said you're taking care of it. What does that mean?
Oh, it's
It's very
complicated.
technical.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, I'm a pretty technical person when it comes to these things, so you can spout away as much as you like and probably keep up.
Technical.
Who do you work for again? What was that?
Private concern.
You said public money earlier.
Yeah, we do get a lot of funding from the government.
I guess we do too.
Oh, great.
Or do we? I don't think
Where
we
does our
do.
funding come from?
Yeah.
Do you all get paid? I don't think I do.
Good question. Do we get paid by the Bureau?
You
Surely we
could
do.
probably
People
get
are
like
being punished.
a stipend.
Yeah, we only get a stipend. It's
Food and whatnot.
it's occurring to me that this is well, I mean, we don't have a lot of choice in
I think
the
we
matter.
are
This is like
indentured.
this is like a prison labor kind of situation.
We're indentured. Huh.
Yeah, let's get us talking about ourselves. Um,
So
Yeah.
taking care of the old friend, huh?
yeah.
Oh, I think
Gonna
it's time
be
for a
a lot of work.
spellbinding tale.
Oh no.
Not to be confused with All the World's a Stage. Two
Oh
different-
no, of course not.
a
Please
spellbinding
tell me the
tale.
difference because I have confused the two.
That's where I recite a story that's wildly unbelievable in order to charm a side character and
Mm,
get them to aid us in a task or reveal a clue.
Nice.
right.
Well done, Charmer.
Mm.
Oh, no.
Recite a wildly unbelievable story then.
My God, the guy, this is amazing. There's a reason our paths have been brought together today. Look, the way we are going to be taking care of this problem is that we are hoping to relate to this God of this place that we have found. A place where supposedly, very soon, hopefully today, it's going to be a nexus point where all the gods are going to be meeting in this spot. It is only happens once every, well, there's only rumors of it happening once before in history, and those have never been proven. But we have been researching this for how long's it been, guys? Like, has it been 9
I
years?
genuinely couldn't tell you.
like a week.
And for
More than a
someone
week.
who researches all the
2
gods and yet has no particular god themselves, and therefore is in no real danger of angering their god, it's like there's a reason that you were brought to our car, obviously. Fate, if you believe in such a thing, or serendipity if you don't, is allowing you to come to the nexus point where you will be able to see all known gods in one place, at a place
That
called the
sounds like
Temple
a-
of the Lost Souls.
Temple of the Lost Souls. Let me write that down in my notes. Temple of the Souls.
The Temple of the Lost Souls. It's where people go when they are having crises of faith. But you don't have a crisis of faith. You don't have
I certainly don't know.
a religion that, so you're safe from its effects. We were just discussing how everyone, no matter what god they follow, has probably had a crisis of faith at some point, and therefore would be in danger walking into this place. You are the one person I've ever met who's never had a crisis of faith, and therefore will be immune to the Temple of Lost Souls effects.
And what effects are those exactly?
That's not what I really think, though.
Oh,
Thought you were the expert.
geez.
My intent is actually that, like, as someone who follows no god, she's the most lost, so she'll be the first. Oh, god damn it!
Trying to
No, I
get her
thought
to
my-
eat, Helen.
Am I back now? I think
You're back.
my internet got a little weird. Did I cut out or was I going the whole time?
It looks like you're frozen for a second.
Audio was going the whole time.
Audio was good. Yeah.
Okay, good. My intent is that she would be probably the first sacrifice as the most lost person we've ever met. But anyway, so,
Yeah, let's roll with presence and see if she falls for it.
so on the second,
Presence is a 3, so
That's
you're doing
right.
pretty good.
And I don't really have anything I can add to it. I don't think. I'm not inspired.
Use a random object. A random object.
I only have the one that's not really usable here, the paper crane, because I still don't have my cameo. God damn it. All right, let's just fucking roll and see what happens. An 8
An 8.
could be worse.
Where's an 8 get us?
Mm.
On a hit, your deception is convincing enough to avoid unwanted attention. Nope, that's a different one.
Keep clicking on the
On a hit, they fall for your charm and will aid you in a task or reveal a clue. Your choice.
You have a clue about Welcome to Sigil?
Well,
Or the sky, or I don't know, the Skyward Sprawl.
oh, that's a good point too. I mean, I was thinking, of course, I don't really have this much control over how they do it. Like, I was thinking they would aid us in a task by going to the place we want them to go after we create it and being the first sacrifice.
I mean, they will go to the place. We kind of can't guarantee the rest of it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's really, yeah. I want them to go to the place, and then the rest is what I hope that will happen.
And on a 10 plus, they won't ask for anything in return.
Oh,
So
but
she will ask for something in return, unless you'd like to mark a verse to bump it up to a 10.
Oh, also, you don't need to be as worried about verses because now I have the move. Not yet time.
Ooh, what's that do?
If you hit the verse of prophecy, I can keep you alive. If you like.
To avoid death. Yeah. Cool.
Let's see. You know what? I'm not going to mark a verse because I've never yet. I think I've only succeeded with this move, so I've never had anyone ask for something in return yet. So I'm kind of curious to see how that works out for me.
Yeah, so you said go to the temple and like you're afraid that someone who has a wavering faith will suffer some ill effects from it. What effects are those?
Well, since our goal with the plan is to basically be a honeypot for those weak of faith, then I'm guessing that the if our plan succeeds, the Bowered Companion will be like, oh, y'all are right. This is a way better form of Lost than just directions, and so I'm guessing there will be some criteria we probably can't even fathom on which it bases like who it will consume.
So the danger is being consumed.
I think, yeah, that was my thing. My initial thought was like, if we've had a crisis of faith, does that mean we are potentially in the consummation lottery?
I mean, I suppose you all are.
Right.
This has to be like not as bad as someone else's.
Yeah, that's what I see. We don't know, obviously. Maybe is it like the person who's the most lost is the one he eats, or the person, who knows?
Well, that sounds very interesting. Think of something to ask for before I go in. Well, yeah, I'd love to get some info on that. So, yeah, great. I'll like when we get to town, I'll ask someone to tow the car in, and until then, sounds like you're stuck with me.
New friend that we're gonna sacrifice to you guys.
And Rand wanders off.
New PC. Flash. You call him Dr. Jones, lady. That's what I'm getting. That's the vibe I'm getting here. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you drive down the road. You pass that old house again. And point it out if you like.
The one where I got mauled?
The one where you got mauled.
Oh, I hate that house.
There is you get there remarkably quickly. There is no wrong turns, no getting lost. The fog actually seems to part a little bit as you drive down the road. And even the gate, the little blockade that was there on the outside of town, is gone. It's the easiest trip to Ulm anyone's ever had.
I'm sure there's no reason for that other
Yeah,
than
no
just
reason for that. It's just
smooth.
good,
A sign of good
good
things to come.
times.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
right.
everything's coming up, Bureau.
Great. When you get to Ulm, what would you like to do?
Ice cream.
Did you go to
Oh,
was it
our friend works at the diner, right?
Callie's home?
Yeah. Maybe we go to Callie's home and see if we can find that dude.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few people in there, about the same as before. A couple truckers here and there, some folks with some long stairs, letting their coffee warm their hands. Is the list of people? Here it is. Sleepless warden. Nope. Power keeping. There we go. Yeah. Hester, that's right. Hester, who you met before, with the dark circles and piercings, comes out and says, "Hey, you guys were just here. Who's your new friend? Can I get you anything? Coffee, pie? I remember you like that chocolate pie, right?
Mhm.
Pie for me, for sure.
Not too long of a trip, I suppose. You know, just wherever you went and back, right?" And
And all of us just silently nod.
Helen shakes her wrist and says, "Can I get this filled up?" He's like, "I guess, sure, I guess so. Save me washing the dish."
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the good news is I think you're going to have more customers soon.
Oh, well, the convention coming to town?
Well, sorry, hold on. I want to huddle with everyone. Like, okay, so we're turning this into not you, Helen. No, not yet. Actually, yeah, no, Helen, you take notes.
Yeah,
Good.
not the
We're turning Alm
secretary, just to be clear.
No, you're the evangelist. We're turning Alm into a pilgrimage center for lost souls.
Mm-hmm. Wait,
Are we telling people?
Wait, I'm unclear about, is this a Temple of Lost Souls all a thing, or are you guys starting it?
I don't understand the question. Okay. It's a thing.
The guy with the cloak here seemed to indicate that it was already a thing.
Oh yeah.
Right. No, it's a thing. We're just making sure it exists.
You're making sure the thing is already a thing that exists.
Right. Yes,
Come
exactly.
on, that's someone who's studied
Yeah.
gods. Surely you understand that things sometimes work in weird and mysterious ways.
I do understand that. I believe me.
Yeah. And are we telling people this? Well, I guess we just did.
I mean, you just told me.
Does advertising work?
Yeah.
It just did.
Well, it feels
Yeah.
like it now. I mean, I know I just did it. I want to dominate the whole game, but it feels like this is the time for All's the World stage now. To see if that's gonna work. If we want this thing to maybe already exist. Let me tell you, Helen, of the mysterious temple of lost souls. You see, what led us to alms? No, wait, what's alm?
Alm.
Alms for the poor. But let us
Exactly like that.
A typo in the story is going to end up.
After so much research, Wes, we've been trying to find this temple of lost souls for at least a decade. We started to think that it was a rumor, It wasn't even true. Yet we always find just enough evidence to keep us looking. And once we put all the pieces together, we overlaid the maps, we did all the research, we talked to countless people, we discovered it's been here in Ulm all along, in the town center. It's just, you don't see it unless you need it, but it's there. It's always been there. Probably before Ulm was here. Maybe the people who founded Ulm founded it here without even consciously knowing why. But it was built around this Temple of the Lost Souls. And now we are here and merely have to find a way to make it reveal itself to us. Oh, wait, hold
So
on.
you all are lost souls, right?
Well, let me tell you, the
That sounds like a good way to do it.
first thing that led us here was a tale of
Are you
Of,
so are you doing the spellbinding tale again, or are you doing?
no, all the world's a stage.
Okay, so you alter reality by performing as if you were reading a script aloud on stage.
Yes, and I was about to try to involve everyone since that gives us bonuses.
Oh, but I don't, well, okay. I
But you don't
can't get
script.
more inspired though, or can I?
Oh, that's a good point because y'all are already inspired. I don't.
I think you can, but it'll fill up another slot.
Oh yeah, I'll fill those slot.
Yeah.
The first.
I'd be okay stacking up a second inspiration and then burning me off on the very next roll.
The first tale we heard that led us here was a tale of a follower of the Cairn Maiden, much like our own Ren Solomon here. She, unlike Rin, however, this follower had begun to wonder if her work for the Cairn Maiden was really important. Or maybe she shouldn't be idolizing death and such. And she suddenly found the temple appear before her. You're supposed to be acting this out, Ren. Act out the scene. And she,
Well, if Ren wants to,
if she wants to, yeah, if she wants to, it's her choice to participate or not.
No.
I can participate.
She reacted, and she saw the door of the temple and felt it a warmth and drawn to it. And she walked through the door, was never seen again.
Hooray.
And that's when a follower of the waxen scrivener found himself doubting the futility of writing everything and then discarding it or burning it. Why was he writing it if he was just going to throw it away and burn it? He had obviously lost the point of the waxen scrivener, unlike our own Hugh Harrow, who's devout and understands the assignment. But this one, he walked up and he wrote his dismissal of the waxen scrivener on a piece of paper and tacked it to the door with a dagger. At which point, he himself disintegrated into a puddle of ink. Which brings us to the tale of the follower of Saint Electric, who was trying to investigate. Who was trying to investigate why there was more power going into Ulm than Saint Electric could account for. And it led this follower to the center of town, where he saw nothing first, until his frustration made him think that the Saint Electric sent him on meaningless errands, as if he had no worth other than being an errand boy. And only this moment of doubt in his faith suddenly made the outlines of all the power lines appear. And then in the house, they appeared like the veins of a body. He could see them swirling around the floors and the walls. And that's when he walked up to read the meter and was taken in to the electricity, became the electricity, and dissipated into the universe. And for a moment, the Saint Electric registered quite a spike from Alm in that moment. And all these tales, such as these, are what have led us here over the years. And now we know where to find it. And now I gotta roll, I think. I gotta roll and see what the fuck happens.
So after this roll, I need to go to bed. I'm so tired. Sorry, everybody.
Add 1 if everybody participated, which I think they did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a disappointment, so that's good. So I get +4.
What could go wrong?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
At
No way this could fail.
all. Six plus 4 is a 12.
8 plus 4, 12. Yeah, that is a 12. Cool. A 10 plus. The watcher is entertained for now. Any custodian with conditioned disappointment may clear it. All custodians who participate in the scene may take the condition inspired.
What if I get filled up with inspired?
That's why you may take it.
Yeah, you may take
have
it.
to take it.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
but still.
That's
it
why
does take-
how I want to die.
Yeah. Eye of inspiration. That can literally happen.
Too artsy to live.
Too artsy to live.
On hit, some detail about the world from your performance is now true. Say what it is. Which of the details that you described comes true?
You is now a pile of ink. What? No.
Pains in the houses.
I knew he was going to kill us all.
He's just trying to turn the lights on, guys.
That the Temple of Lost Souls does indeed exist at the center of town.
Is it appearing, or does it require? Is one of the things that you described happening to make it appear, or is it there available to appear when it is needed?
My gut is just that the thing that is true is its existence.
Okay, cool.
Since that wasn't necessarily true to begin with.
Yes.
So like it does exist
not.
at the center of town, whether or not we can, easily access it, find it, or whatever, I think is probably a separate thing.
Great.
But it is now in existence as a place that lures lost souls.
Fantastic.
All right, night, y'all.
Night.
Looking forward to seeing what shenanigans you get up to.
Red fades off into the background. Cool. We're at like 2.5 hours. We could actually break now if you want to kind of say that happened. Your pie and coffee comes. And yeah, actually, anything else you all want to do before while we're here? Go to
I just see it closing on us talking about how the temple has always been there, of course.
Nice. Helen frantically taking notes.
How did I never hear about this?
Happens a lot in this world.
Cool. Want to do end of session questions?
Seems like a good idea.
Oh, I did not undermine shit.
Let's start off with Ren checked off the monologue. Experience, so one there. Great. Zeph. End of session.
Yeah. Okay. We didn't complete an assignment.
Very close.
Did we engage with a god, angel, or other divine manifestation? Not really.
Weirdly
We, like,
not.
skirted it. Undermine orders? No. Connect with the local community? Not really.
Picked up a hitchhiker, but yeah.
Definitely
she's
not a
local to
local.
us. Yeah.
Sebastian.
I did do my 2 thingies, but that's it. No, I
All
did
right.
monologue and get vulnerable.
1, 2.
One short.
And Hugh.
I snuck in one monologue, which also leaves me one short. I did not undermine the orders of my superiors.
It's such
So-
a hard one to do.
Is
But 3 of the 4 of us had it selected, and I'm not going to deliver on
always
it.
worth a shot. Always worth a shot. Cool. Quick stars and wishes then. Starting with Peter.
Oh, sure. Let's see. Lovely monologues from Sebastian this time around. Mark, I love throwing in just somebody doing research on this into our midst.
Mhm.
That's always fun to see, like, how awkward that can be. Everybody's determination to like figure out what the hell's going on with the Ballard companion was reassuring. I was having moments of like, I have an idea here and there, but I cannot get this all the way to where it's going. So I appreciate that. Wishes, I still have a book I want to throw in for the Battle Saint one. And I suppose I can produce a book for the Skyward thing in time. So that's always fun for me to lean into. I want to use some of my inspiration on future roles, and I want to see what we do with the Ballard Companion. I imagine it'll be something horrific that we end up having to do to make that happen. And I think that's
Yeah,
it.
that's
for me.
7 to 9.
Good stars for everyone as always.
Ed.
Yeah, stars for everyone. Just like, yeah, it was a nice. I like having our characters just like talk to each other, and bounce off each other, and like what comes up. Yeah, I'm real interested in Helen, so star for introducing her.
She is interested in
Wishes. Uh, wishes. I'm curious to see how we ramp up the Ballard Companion. It sounds like we've pretty much got things rolling, but like, what else will it cost us to I don't know, cause that marble to run all the way to the end of the marble run? That's probably just because I have a marble run here next to me. Yeah. I think that's it for me. It was also fading.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the stars. I always really particularly. I mean, yeah, I love when we just characterize with each other. It's always so much fun. And there's part of me that I know that's like part of the game, but there's always that part of me that's like, oh, are we like wasting time? Or like, no, we're not. That's what it's about.
the whole point
It's
of the
about the
game.
story, the characters. So I do enjoy those ones, and specifically also like stars to everyone because I love the times when we all have. I love the everybody contribute a thing times. The world building where it's like, all right, here's a thing. What do you see? And then I always love all the things everybody contributes and how it builds. And like that's always so much fun to see all the creativity and how it builds out the world. Wishes only. I know that I want to use that angel somehow to get my cameo back, but that is another thing that feels like this weird sidetracky thing where it's like we're
Almost a way to undermine the orders.
Oh, hey, maybe I know what my question is next time. But yeah, so I've been. It's always felt weird to use it because we're always like in the midst of doing something, and so it feels weird to be like, well, I'm going to use this angel to do this thing so we can go get my locket back. But sooner or later, I'm going to do that.
Cool. Is that it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Good journey scene. That's fun. And this particular set of journey scenes is going to get real interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing that unfold. Yeah, just get that bar companion. Maybe take a look at the new Skyward Sprawl. And it did not. I was like, if you guys sound about companion tech, you get another assignment next time.
All new assignments, yay!
All new assignments. Cool. I think that's that then.
Cool.
Anything else before we sign off?
I don't think so.
Cool. I will
I should be less tired next time. We'll see.
Yeah. There's I'm gonna throw out the
Oh, that's a good
screen.
point. Next time.
Laughing. Bye, internet.
Bye,